Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to Life with Ussie, where we dive deep into conversations that uplift, that empower, and remind you of your true power and femininity. So, today we're talking about something that I think every woman in their leveling up journey needs to hear, and it is how you present yourself to the world and the importance of looking like you take yourself seriously. We all know the saying, do not judge a book by its cover, right? But let's be real for a second. Society judges us on our appearances every single day. And as women, we have the power to control the narrative by looking groomed and put together at all times. It's not about vanity, it's about commanding respect. Dressing well allows people to address you accordingly. And because when you look like you take yourself seriously, others will follow suit. I'll start by sharing a personal story, a little story about myself to really drive this one home. So, back when I was in varsity, my student days, I worked for a luxury international brand. And one day while I was at work, I was approached with a job opportunity for a bigger, more prestigious brand within the organization that I worked for and with a better pay. Now, this wasn't because of my qualifications or my experience. I was just a young student in retail, and there were people with up to 10 years of experience there. I was just a student. But I was approached purely because I looked like I belonged in their brand. I carried myself in a way that aligned with the image they wanted to project. The pay was better, the opportunity was huge, and it all happened because of how I presented myself. I'll be honest with you. People were mad. They couldn't understand why I was chosen when there were others with far more experience than I did. And at first, I didn't grasp it myself. I didn't fully get it either. But over time, I realized that it had everything to do with how I presented myself. The company needed someone who could present them the way I presented myself. The position was for a brand ambassador for one of the brands within the store, as I said. And my appearances and demeanor made me a perfect fit for the position. And here's the real kicker. Years later, probably like 2 years later, I also helped a friend get a job the same way in the company. They were opening a new branch and they were looking for people, more staff. I mentioned my friend to my manager back then, and she literally asked me this. She asked, what does she look like? Does she look like you? And I said yes, because my friend really did have a similar style to mine. Although, truth be told, she did copy my whole look. She did copy my whole look later on, but we're not going to get there. We're not going to get into that right now. Anyway, that was all my manager needed to hear, that she actually looked like me or dressed similar to me, embodied a similar demeanor as me. And from there, they set up an interview, and just like that, she was hired. Again, this was all about looking the part. That's how powerful appearances are, ladies. So what is the lesson here? Are looks that important? Well, I say yes. Yes, they are. Always look like you love and value yourself. Look like you are important somewhere. Look like people respect you somewhere. Do you get me? The way you are intentional about your appearance speaks volumes, even before you open your mouth. And it's not always about wearing the most expensive thing or having the latest trend. It's more about looking polished and always looking put together. And trust me, when you do this, you will always attract the right people. You will attract the right opportunities. And more importantly, you will attract the respect you deserve. And here's the other truth. People open doors for women who look like they invested in themselves. They will offer to do things for you. They will offer to pay for your meal. They will offer to wipe the floor before you walk. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. People will choose to offer to do things for you so that they are associated with you. You know, let that sink in. Let that sink. Because you look so good, I want to associate myself with this person. I want to feel like I am worth of value too, because this person looks so good. They look so important. They look like they respect themselves. They look of value. You know, I might as well make myself feel good through associating with you. That's people's subconscious. The more you invest in your appearances, the more others will invest in you. You don't need a designer wardrobe, but you do need to be intentional. Iron your clothes, keep them clean, and throw away anything that looks childish, that looks unclassy, that looks, frumpy. Throw it away. Decide that you are going to be intentional. From now on, you are going to be intentional about how you look. Dressing with intention. So take the time to define what your personal style is. Are you more of a minimalistic person? Are you elegant? Do you like clean cuts? Are you bold? Do you like bright colors? Do you like nice textures, different patterns, different designs? Decide what your personal style is and be intentional. The key is to be intentional. A lot of people look raggedy. They look unkept. They look unclean. They don't look groomed because they are not intentional. The key is to be intentional. You decide. Dressing with intention starts with knowing who you are and what your style reflects. Once you understand your style, it becomes easier to choose pieces that align with your brand and the message you want to convey. Do I want to be seen as a classy girl? Do I want to be seen as a feminine girl, looking cute in dresses? Do I want to be seen as a corporate girly? You decide to be intentional. Do I want to be seen as a stylish fashion girly? You know, instead of buying a lot of cheap clothing, a lot of trendy items, focus on investing on a few high quality pieces. Quality over quantity every day. Invest on high quality pieces, classic pieces that will last a lifetime. Dressing with intention means that you are not just throwing on anything. You don't just put on anything. You're choosing items that are well made. You choose items that are timeless. You choose items that will make you feel confident when you wear them. You choose to buy quality fabrics instead of trendy items. You choose good constructions. You choose timeless cuts. You are always intentional about your clothes. Ask yourself this question every day. How would the best version of myself dress today? Whether you're at home, whether you're running errands, or heading to an important meeting, showing up as the best version of yourself through your clothes is a powerful form of intentional dressing. Even on your casual days, opt for outfits that reflect respect for yourself and the spaces you occupy. If you have someone whose fashion sense you love, for instance, which I advise that you do, ask yourself, what would so and so wear right now? When they're at home, what would so and so wear? How would they look when they are going out running errands? If you have to look at Pinterest, do that. How would, for instance, I love Lori Harvey. Would Lori Harvey wear Crocs? I don't think so. There we go. I jumped straight into Crocs. Would Lori Harvey wear Crocs? I don't think so. I don't think so. Listen, and while we are at the topic of Crocs, let me tell you right now, ditch anything that makes you look a stereotype. Ditch anything that makes you look like a lazy stereotype, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Ditch wearing bonnets all day, throughout the day. Wear bonnets when you're going to bed only. Ditch wearing Crocs anytime, any day. Any day. Throw those things away. Burn them, please. Please burn them. Get yourself some cute slip-ons. Get yourself some nice slides, slippers, sandals. There's a long list of options, except for Crocs. Should I catch you in Crocs, ma'am? Should I catch you in Crocs? We're going to have a problem. Just imagine the classiest woman you admire. Does she wear Crocs? Does she wear Crocs? And if she does go, you need to pick a new role model, please, please. Because on the real, Crocs are crazy. Crocs are just crazy. Let's elevate our look. Let's take ourselves seriously at home, outside, at the gym. Make looking put together a part of your personal brand. Make looking put together a part of your personality. I want to jump to mindset for a second. You can always tell the difference between a woman who respects herself and one who doesn't, just by how she dresses. Your appearance is the first thing people notice before they even discover your personality. Whether you like it or not, people are judging you based on how you look. And no, it's not always shallow, it's just human nature. I do it, you do it. Everyone saying that they do not judge people based on how they look is bluffing. We are visual creatures. We are drawn to shiny things, shiny objects. We are naturally attracted to nice and polished things. So when people try to tell you that looks don't matter, everybody is beautiful, how come as you are, how you come as you are to God. You come as you are to the mighty God, not to society. Okay? Because if that were true, if looks didn't matter, everyone would be a Victoria's Secret model right now. Everyone would be uh social media. Social media wouldn't be as popular, and influencers wouldn't be making millions right now as we speak. So looks matter. We live in a society where social climbing and acceptance in high spaces often starts with how you look. It starts with what you're wearing. People wake up every day and decide to dress better to fit a higher society, and it works. Think of the, you know, old money aesthetic. Think of that. Stop stop letting people bluff you into thinking appearances don't count. I mean, what? So, ladies, here's the takeaway. Your appearance is not just your aesthetic. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about how people see you. It's how you want to be addressed. And I want us to be intentional about how the world sees us, how we want others to treat us. And I know that it all starts with the mindset, and changing your mindset to actually, stop self-sabotaging, because sometimes we have some brokenness in us. You might think that you do not deserve to look a certain way. It's just not who you are because of things you've heard growing up. People being shamed of how they dress. People being shamed of looking better, because that happens in our society. People sometimes are always shamed because they want to better themselves. People start saying, oh, who does she think she is? Maybe you've heard that growing up. Now you need to erase those programs. You need to erase those programs. You need to decide that they don't serve you. Programs such as, oh, people who dress a certain way think that they're better than people. Who do you think you are? This is not a fashion show. Ha ha ha. Yada yada yada. Erase that. Erase that. They don't help no one. They don't help no one. And the most thing that they do is have people stuck in their old ways. Have you feeling a sense of shame because you want to be better for yourself. Because nobody is coming out here to save you. No one is going. You won't get opportunities you desire to have. You won't get in spaces you desire to have because you decide to allow people's projection define who you are. Discard it, erase it, decide that it's not going to be your story anymore, and start walking with intention on who you want to become. It's your life. It is your life. At the end of the day, it's your life, honey. And I want to thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And I hope you share it with a friend. And I hope you find value in this podcast as a whole and in this episode. And stay fabulous, stay intentional, and remember, always stick to the story, the script that defines who you are. Not your mother's script, not your neighbor's script, not anyone else's. I will see you on the next one.